And now to escalating tensions between the U.S. and Iran. President Trump says that he's not happy with the way nuclear talks are going and that Iran is not negotiating in good faith. The president is weighing limited strikes, but stressing his preference is for diplomacy.
It'd be nice if we could do it without, but sometimes you have to do it with. When you looked at we have the greatest military anywhere in the world. There's nothing close. I'd love not to use it, but sometimes you have to.
Senior national policy reporter Ann Flaherty is following this story for us. And Ann, listen, the president has said that he hasn't made a final decision, but at the same time, we're seeing an increased number of U.S. military assets move into the region.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And to be clear, I've spoken with analysts who say that things have really sped up in the past 24 to 48 hours. We've seen this military buildup over time. But of course, what you're seeing now is that all of the pieces are in place for a limited strike if President Trump chooses to do that. And that in coming days, he would have all the assets in place for a longer sustained operation. That, too, we're told by sources, is still on the table. So what we've seen in recent hours, we're seeing the USS Ford, it's the world's large aircraft carrier, steaming across the Mediterranean. We've seen it go 230 miles in just the past 24 hours. It could be placed in the Red Sea, where it would hold a strategic position for a more sustained operation. We've also seen dozens of fighter aircraft deployed to the Middle East. You see F-22s that are now sitting in Israel. Analysts tell me they believe that is unprecedented. Typically, we haven't had that, but it all gives Trump these options to potentially strike Iran.
Well, and the other part of this, and we know that Secretary of State Marco Rubio is set to visit Israel next week. What are we expecting from that?
Well, it was interesting. The State Department was asked, is he still going to go? Because non-emergency personnel have been told that they could and perhaps should leave Israel. They've been told in recent hours that, just earlier today, that you should consider getting out while commercial airline flights are still flying out of Israel. The State Department says he still plans to go, even though that heightened alert has been given. So, I think this is a show of solidarity with Israel, and we don't know what's going to happen next. As you heard from President Trump, he doesn't know if he's made a decision yet. But certainly there are a lot of people who are nervous in Middle East right now.
Okay. Ann Flaherty for us. Thank you so much.